Storm Amy swept through Scotland overnight, and it hit harder than anyone had expected. High winds and heavy rain caused widespread disruption, leaving more than 60,000 homes without power across the country. Despite early weather warnings, officials say the storm intensified faster and stronger than forecast. The worst damage was reported in northern and western parts of Scotland, where wind speeds reached up to 96 miles per hour on the island of Tyree. Network Rail Scotland recorded more than 170 separate incidents, including fallen trees, flooding and debris across major rail lines. In the first 2 hours of the storm alone, they had to respond to over 60 reports. Several railway lines had already been closed in advance, but by Friday evening, conditions became so severe that all train services out of Glasgow had to be suspended without warning. Ross Moran from Network Rail said teams are working tirelessly to assess the damage, stressing that safety must come first before any services resume. Electricity providers managed to restore power to 16,500 homes, but thousands more remain in the dark. Scottish and Southern electricity networks have warned that continuing high winds could slow down repair work. Gusts of 70 to 85 miles per hour are still expected through Saturday, meaning further disruption is likely. Here's how the storm affected travel. Major rail routes between cities like Inverness, Aberdeen, Oban and Fort William were cancelled. All ScotRail services from Glasgow Central and Queen Street were suspended until midday. Ferry crossings on both the west coast and routes to Northern Ireland were cancelled. Road bridges, including the Forth Road Bridge, were closed to high-sided vehicles. In Argyll, traffic was diverted to emergency routes due to blocked roads. Reports of structural damage have come in from across the region. A derelict building collapsed in Glasgow city centre. In Inverness, strong winds ripped a shop sign from its frame. At Montrose Football Club in Angus, part of the stadium wall blew down, and the club appealed for volunteers to help clear debris. Even sporting events were affected, with play suspended at the Alfred Dunhill Links Golf Championship in St Andrews. One train between Inverurie and Aberdeen struck a fallen tree. Around a dozen passengers were stranded, but thankfully no one was hurt. The Met Office has now confirmed that Storm Amy set a new record for the deepest low-pressure system ever recorded in the UK during October, reaching 947.9 millibars at Balta Sound in Shetland, beating a record set back in 1988. That level of pressure usually signals highly unstable weather, and that's exactly what Scotland experienced. While no major injuries have been reported so far, thousands of families are still without power, and travel disruption is expected to continue. If you're in an affected area, follow local updates, avoid unnecessary travel, and check in on neighbours who may need support. Storm Amy has been a powerful reminder of how quickly conditions can change, and how important preparation and community response truly are. Stay safe, and we'll keep you updated.